Hi Year 2, we're going to do some maths again this week. I know you've been looking at white rows on the internet, which I know that we do in school, so you've probably seen lots of things that you recognise. I know you've been looking at some fractions and also you've just started to look at measure, so I thought we'd start with some fraction questions. If you want to have a go, you can pause the video, have a go yourself, then we'll go through the answers. If you're not too confident with fractions, then you can just go through the video together and I can show you how to do it. So if you want to have a go now, pause the video, have a go at the questions and we can go through the answers. Okay, right, the first question we're going to go through, I've written half question mark and then I've got three shapes. I want you to have a look at the three shapes and decide if they're a half or not. So the first one, I'm asking myself, is it split equally into two bits? I've got it split into two bits and I've got one, so I think the first one is a half. Now this second one, it's split into four and it's got one bit shaded, so I haven't got two equal parts, so that's not a half. This third one, it's definitely not split into two equal groups, it's not a half. Okay, question 2. I've written 1/3 of 18, so remember with this one, we need to look at the bottom number and then draw some hoops. Our bottom number is a 3, I need to draw 3 hoops. Now I'm going to share my 18 around these 3 hoops first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now the important thing now is to look at the top number because it says it wants 1/3. So I look at one hoop and in one hoop I count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 in one hoop. So 1/3 of 18 is 6. Okay, number 3, I've done 3 fractions. The first one I said 1/4, true or false. So I've got one little bit that's shaded of 4. So it has got 1 out of the 4. That is true. The second one, it's got a question mark over 3. So I've got 3 bits in total, 2 are shaded. So that is 2/3. The last shape I've said there's 2 bits, and I need to know how many are shaded, so I've got 1 bit out of the 2 that are shaded. Okay, question 4. 1/4 of, and I've given you some counters or some dots. Now I thought about doing this one, and I thought, well, to find a quarter, I half a half. So the first thing I thought in my head was I'm going to split my dots in half. Now, once I've got half, and I'm going to have a count up, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6, and now I need to half my 6. So I can share my 6 between my 2 dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 bit is 3. Okay, so that must be 3. Number 5, half of 12. Same again, we did it up here to find my quarter by half and a half. I do my 2 dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Top number says 1 bit. How many are in 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals 6. So, like I said, you've been doing some fractions and some measure. So we've done some fractions. Hopefully that's giving you a little bit of a refresh in your brains. So let's have a quick look at some measure. I've got myself a ruler here, and on the video hopefully you can see the numbers. Just pause the video, have a look at the numbers on our ruler and tell me what number is each line coming up to. So just really quickly, I want you to tell me which one's the biggest and which one's the smallest. Pause the video now. Okay, now you've had a chance to look at the different measurements, you can probably see that we've got centimetres, and each one of my big lines is centimetres. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, hopefully you can see that the biggest line that we've got is my white line, and that's coming up to my 7. I'll show you a little trick here. I can draw some little dots across to match up to my 7. It's just a little bit over 7. I haven't been very accurate with my cutting, have I? Now, the smallest one I can see is the little blue one down here at the bottom. I wonder how much that one's worth. So I'm going to do my dots across. I can go across from here. And that is 2 centimetres. Let's have a look at our middle one, so our red line. That one's an easy one because it's right next to the ruler. And that one is 5 centimetres. I know you've been doing some comparing and looking at different insects and horses, I think I saw on the video on the White Rose website, and it is doing something similar to this. So have a go. Hopefully you've got a ruler or a tape measure at home that you can start to learn your centimetres, which we haven't done much of in school yet, but you can learn this at home. So I'm going to leave you with a little challenge to have a go at home. I'll give you the answers in our Monday homework that you will get next week. Here you go. Have a go, see how you get on. See you soon.